Okay, so here's the thing. Every single Monday, 6 a.m. this week, you tell yourself, I'm going to do it. I am going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to hit every single workout. I'm going to eat every meal. We're going to do all the things on Monday, 6 a.m. But the thing is, like, do you actually do it? Like,
After Monday, then Tuesday, it's like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna do this. And then by the time Thursday rolls around, your alarm is going off at 6 a.m. You're like, quiet, you know? You hit that snooze
not
button so
today.
hard. And then by the time the weekend's fully here, you curled up on your couch in a cocoon,
Mhm,
thinking, you know
mhm.
what? This fitness life, this gym girl thing, it's just not for me. I am not disciplined. Goodbye. I'll try again next week.
Yeah. And I think this is the thing is that you like, I'm not disciplined, and you tell yourself that you are not disciplined. But the plot twist is that you cannot be relying on the discipline all the time because your brain is actually running on a very powerful autopilot four-step loop, basically, is
Yeah.
what is happening. And that's pretty much every hour.
Yeah. And if you can understand that loop, your fitness goals can become as effortless as brushing your teeth.
Mhm.
And if you ignore that snooze button, it's going to win every single time. So let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Donaé.
And I'm Zoe. We are certified personal trainers and both believe in the power of habit coaching. And we're totally obsessed with the science of what makes people actually stick to their fitness goals for good, because that's how you change your lifestyle. That's how you become a better, a stronger, more healthy person. And
Mhm.
we want to dig into that today.
Exactly. And the usual advice that you hear for someone in their fitness journey is get motivated. Get motivated. It's like the number one thing that people preach all the time is that this is the one
Yeah.
thing that you need. There's no excuses, no pain, no gain. Like the list
Yeah.
actually goes on. There are so many crazy things that people say. And that's about as helpful as literally shouting at somebody and saying to them, just live heavier, just live heavier. It's like the louder you scream, it's not going to make them listen to you more or
Yeah.
motivate them more in any way, actually. And that completely misses the real issue,
Yeah,
I find.
exactly. It's well known that the vast majority of people who start new workout plans give up within the first few months. We know this.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't because they lacked motivation. For most of them, on one day or the next, they were just fighting the wrong battle. It
Yeah.
was because, yeah, they were thinking that they were lacking motivation where it wasn't about motivation at all.
Yeah. And actually, the real battle is with this tiny little thing in your brain called the basal ganglia. This is the little thing that we need to overcome, actually. You know, when they say dynamite comes in small packages, I'm pretty sure this is where it actually started. This tiny thing that just takes over your brain, but it also loves routine. And
Yeah.
because it's efficient that way, like if it works on a routine, it can give you the best output possible. And the second it sees a familiar trigger, it automatically fires off. So that's what
Yeah.
we need to feed this little thing.
Yeah, and this lets the more advanced part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, which women have bigger prefrontal
And
cortexes as
men
men,
do that. When men.
this allows it to, this allows it to save its energy for bigger things like complex decision making. If you try to fight that ancient automatic system, sheer willpower is not going to be enough. So you are going to lose. So instead of fighting, let's show you the loop. Let's redesign the loop. Let's find a way for you to go with flow instead of
Mhm.
against the grain.
Yeah. So this is what it comes to is that every single habit that you have, no matter how small or simple, actually from checking your phone to the way you wake up in the morning, the way you brush your teeth, the way you crack your egg, literally every single habit you have follows follows the exact same 4-step pattern, first identified by researchers and authors like James Clear, which is cue, craving, response, and reward. So Zoe and I are going to break that down so you can understand just how that works.
Yeah, and like Donaé just mentioned, first we have cue. This is the trigger, the thing that tells your brain a reward is coming. Just be patient. It can be seeing your running shoes waiting for you at the door, or the smell of the gym lobby. I always know the smell of the claw when I walk into Constantia. It's like, oh, I'm here, I'm home. Or the clock striking 5 p.m. and that's your designated workout time. Whatever that cue is, that is your first trigger.
Then we get into the next thing, which is the craving. So this is the motivational force that gets you to actually act on that cue, basically. So what happens is that your brain releases a small little bit of dopamine, our favorite thing, which is a chemical that basically says, go get that feeling that you are wanting. And it's the anticipation of that post-workout high that actually drives you to go and do the actual workout.
And then we have the response. And this is the magic in itself, because this is the habit. It's the action you take, something like doing that sets of squats or going for that run or drinking the protein shake. It's the actual thing that you are doing every single time.
And then last but not least is the best thing, and that's the reward. And this is the satisfying feeling that gets your brain to say, hey, that was good, like let's do this again tomorrow, type of thing. And every time you complete this loop, and this loop is the things that Zoe and I just went through now, the neural pathway gets stronger, and the loop itself doesn't care if the habit gets you closer to that six-pack or a heart attack even. It's just that you are doing this thing on this loop, following exactly what your brain is saying. So you're creating that want and that craving for it.
Yeah, I was just laughing at what you said about the heart attack, but it's so true, because that's how addiction works in the whole opposite way as well. But yeah. So step one is how to make the cue super duper obvious or completely invisible. And the first step is to take control of your environment. For a good habit, you want to make you impossible to miss. Like we mentioned previously, putting your shoes at your door, setting out your clothes the night before you are wanting to go for a run, or whatever you have planned. It's basically the prep that happens, the thing that allows the next step to be easier. And that is what cue is. And if you are wanting to form a new habit, the first thing to do is to make it as easy as possible.
And there's a great science backing this entire thing up, actually. In a famous behavioral study, simply moving the bottle of water from the back of the fridge to the front of the fridge to make it more visible, putting it on an eye-level rack by the tolls, for example, caused sales to jump significantly in just 1 week. So same water, just a new unavoidable cue, basically.
Yeah, and you know what? The exact same thing applies when you want to get rid of a bad habit. Make the cue completely invisible. The UK's Behavioural Insights team was shown that simple environmental changes like making unhealthy snacks less visible in your home dramatically reduce how much people consume them. So yeah, there was no white knuckling or resisting temptations required. Out of sight, out of mind. And if you don't know what white knuckling is, it's just an expression for when you're like so stressed out because you obviously can't get what you want, and in this case it would be the snacks. So yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
So here's your first challenge. Zoe and I are going to challenge you to pick one habit that you really want to change. Not something airy-fairy fluffy. Something that you really want to change is going to benefit you in some sort of way. So your only job is to redesign the cue of this habit. So you either make it so obvious that you can't ignore it, or you make it completely disappear.
Yeah, and by by the way, if you're getting value out of this breakdown, do us a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and tells us how to make more videos just like this one. So the next step that we want to take you guys through is how to make the craving attractive or unattractive if it's a bad habit. And this next part is all about dopamine. That spike of motivation doesn't happen after you get the reward. It happens before, in that craving phase, that part where you're thinking about going to the gym and your mouth starts to water. and supplement companies know this. Sorry, I'm just at that point at the moment where I'm back in my, that point where you start to see the results of your heart, the fruits of your labor.
Yes.
And now you're like, I can't not go, So
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just flooding my dopamines over everybody here. Oh, that sounds wrong.
Careful, Zoe. Careful.
Okay. So supplement companies know all of this. They sell the feeling of getting stronger, not just the powder in the tub. You have to make your good habits just as attractive as a supplement bottle advertisement.
100%. And a very powerful way to do this is a technique called temptation bundling.
Ooh.
So you link something you want to do with something that you need to do. So something you want with something you need. So for example, you only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast or that new album when you are doing cardio. So cardio is something you really need to do, and the podcast is something that you want to listen to. So you pair those two together and boom, Bob's your uncle.
Magic.
That makes sense. Yes. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly.
Magic, yeah.
Yeah. And a landmark study from Wharton researchers found that people using temptation bundling, the way Donaé just explained, by only allowing themselves to listen to a crippling audiobook at the gym, increased their visits by 51% initially. Wow. They made the craving to hear what happens next in this episode work for their fitness goals and not against them. So find something that has a really drawn out episode structure, the Giggles and Glutes playlist. And each day you go and do your cardio and you listen to Donaé and I, and we will give you the motivation to carry on.
And then to break a bad habit, you can flip it. So you make the craving of this bad habit so unattractive that you add friction to it. So let's say you're trying to stop ordering unhealthy food, for example. You just delete the delivery app from your phone. The thought of having to go and find this app to re-download it, register, verify I'm human, and sign back in is such a huge pain, So it's like the chances that you're actually going to go through that entire process just to get a burger, you're like, no, I will eat what's in my fridge. It's okay.
Yeah. And that friction really works. Just think about how many times you yourself have abandoned an online purchase because you had to create an account, then you had to go through so many steps just to buy the pair of jeans that you wanted. And by adding just one more hurdle to the process, you make the preview of that bad habit look so much less appealing.
Okay, so the next step will be how to make this response easy or difficult, because we all know that things can always go one of two ways. So Stanford behavioral scientist DJ Fogg has shown that when it comes to making a habit stick, how easy it is matters more than how motivated you are. So if a task takes less than 2 minutes, your brain doesn't just put up a fight. It says, sure, why not? 2 minutes.
Yeah. And this is the 2-minute rule, and it's a game changer for fitness, especially. Shrink your new habit until it is laughably small. Get in shape becomes, I'm going to do 1 push-up each day. Start running becomes, I'm going to put on my running shoes and walk around in my garden. The goal isn't the workout in itself, it's the action of showing up, non-negotiable. Once that becomes automatic, doing more is the easy part.
Yeah. And to kill a bad habit, you basically do the opposite. So you make the response annoying and difficult. So if
Yeah,
you are trying to stop eating junk food, don't keep them in the house. Force yourself to then get into the car and have to drive to the shop if you are feeling like you want this thing every
yeah,
single time. And
yeah.
chances are that you're not going to be in the mood to get in the car and go because missions, it's longer than two
Yeah,
minutes. I'm not going to do
yeah,
that.
yes, that's so true. And
Mm,
I'm just thinking of another example. A lot of people, when they start their new fitness journey, they're like, I'm going to start working out and I'm going to start a new nutrition plan and I'm going to go to the massage therapist twice a week. I'm going to
mm,
do everything, you know? And then what happens 3 months down the line? They can't keep up with this insane standards that they set out for themselves in the beginning because it's just too much too soon. If
yeah.
you especially are the type of person, or you are in the category of people that fitness is new to you, you've never really had a consistent workout routine or workout schedule, my advice is to start and get the workout thing down first. Start getting consistency with exercise. Start getting consistency with going to the gym or doing your home workouts or going for your run, whatever that is. Find consistency in the exercise part first, because I promise you, once your body starts rewarding you in that way, you naturally want to also reward your body by putting good things into your body. You just don't crave junk food when you
Mm.
really exercising and when you're really trying to take care of your health. So I always think that start with the exercise first. Obviously, you can start making some changes to your nutrition, like increasing your water and maybe focusing on getting a little more sleep, but don't try to do too many things at the same time.
Okay, so our fourth step is to make the reward satisfying or unsatisfying. Because, like we said, everything can go two ways. So,
Yeah.
the human brain evolved to crave one thing above everything, and that is immediate feedback. And we know this very, very well. So, the reward for a good habit like working out is often very delayed because it takes time for you to reach a specific goal in the gym, to see your abs or your six-pack or this V line that you want. Whatever this goal is, it takes time. It's not just a one trip around the gym, but the reward for a bad habit like eating a donut is immediate, instant. You get the
Instant.
sugar high. You go, after you bite into this donut because immediately that craving is satisfied. But like I said, going to the gym, it takes time in order for you to reap the benefits, you know?
Yeah, and major studies have found that giving people small, immediate cash rewards for hitting daily step goals significantly increase their activity levels. The reward wasn't huge, but the timing was perfect. The brain got that immediate good job signal, which helped to form a lasting habit. And just on this small money thing, last week at the dentist, Ella went to the dentist for the first time. After allowing the dentist to check her mouth, he also gave her a plastic €1 coin, and she could use this coin to put into the little machine with the balls inside with the tiny
Yeah.
toys. So she
Yeah.
could use this fake coin to put
Cute.
into the machine, and then she got like a little gift. She got a ring. You know those rings that you'd get in those machines, and she got one. And afterwards, she kept saying she wants to go back to the dentist. She's like,
Because she wants
yeah,
to do this.
she wants to get in. Yeah. So same thing like that. Same reason why Apple has that rings and that little message afterwards saying you've been a baddie today. You know, obviously they don't say that, but they
They don't
should.
say that. Imagine you've been a baddie. Should we PG this episode? Joking.
Okay.
So you can create your own version of this basically. So the reward can be as simple as making a big satisfying X on the calendar after a workout. I know it seems mundane and a bit stupid, but once
Yeah.
you get into the fact that you have this calendar that you bought for yourself for your workouts and you have this pretty pink or purple cookie or highlighter or whatever, it becomes a rewarding thing for your brain. Or
Yeah.
even if you put money in a jar or a marble in a jar for every time you did a workout, you could even have a specific post-workout protein shake that you really love, that you're saving whole day for after your workout. Anything that's really rewarding for you.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, fitness goals take such a long time to achieve that you need to satisfy yourself every day, basically, along the way, so
Yeah.
that you can feel that you have a reward. This protein shake is
So
my
on the
reward.
next day.
I
Yeah.
don't have my abs yet, but I will have my protein shake today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking about all my millennial girlies. I know you guys love those stickers in the back of your books when you were done doing your homework. So get yourself a sticker book.
The child in you alive. I think millennials will actually thrive on this type of stuff because we love
Exactly.
the stickers and the
Exactly.
stars and the yeah.
And obviously, to sabotage a bad habit, you just make the reward so unsatisfying. You make it into a punishment. You know, for every workout you skip, you have to donate $5 to a political cause you absolutely hate. Because, you know, pain is a very, very fast teacher. That's why they always say to kids, if you don't want to listen, you must feel.
You must
You
feel.
know?
Because we will break that habit right now.
Ja, as jy nie wil worry, dan moet jy voel. So, same thing.
Yes, same thing. Okay, let's all of this together. A little case study. So let's see how all of this works in the real world actually. Let's take a common goal for better fitness. For example, stop staying up late scrolling on your phone so you can actually get the sleep that you need in order to recover.
Are you talking to yourself?
Why? Because my sleep has been bad. Wow, she throws me under the bus, everybody. I actually am getting better sleep. I am. Yesterday I was sick. I slept for 12 hours. I was in bed by 6 p.m. I slept right through until 6 a.m. this morning.
But did you feel a little better actually?
Yes. This is like way side note, but I still can't eat properly, like whole foods yet, but I'm not feeling terrible at least. So that's good.
That is good. Anyway, the first cue, like we mentioned earlier, is make it visible. Your phone doesn't sleep in your bedroom anymore. After 11 p.m., it gets plugged in somewhere else in the house, in the kitchen, in the lobby, wherever you decide. No expectations.
Yeah. And side note on this, if you are using iOS, I don't know if Android has this option, but if you have an iPhone, you can literally set your sleep time from 9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. and automatically your phone goes into sleep do not disturb mode. You can add a list of people that are allowed to call you in case of emergency. God forbid something happens and your family can't reach you. So just put a list of people on this list and they will be able to call you. Everything else is silent. Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, everything is silent. So that's actually a good thing for you to use. And then the second one is the craving. You need to replace that dopamine of scrolling with something else. So because your brain is addicted, I'm going to use the word addicted, is addicted to the action of a habit. So you on your phone and you are scrolling. This is the action your brain wants, is the scrolling motion. So you could replace that with a Kindle. You're still scrolling, but you are reading. And chances are that you're going to fall asleep real quick. Because if you're like me, I will read one page of a book and I'm like, counting sheep. I can't. You know, so this will actually help you. Or even if you're swapping out your late night snack, which would normally be some sweets or something, maybe a handful of blueberries. Still sweet, but it's a better option, you know.
And third, the response. Make this so easy. Use the 2-minute rule. Just commit to reading one single page. So Donaé, this would be perfect for you if you're going to snooze after one page. Use the 2-minute rule. Just read one page. You will probably find that you end up reading 2 or 3 or 4 pages. But don't set that goal ahead of time, not knowing where you actually are at. Like yesterday, I said to my client she's going to do a little bit of running after she's completed a workout. But I said to her, just 200 meters. And she was like, 200 meters? I was like, yes, just 200 meters. She's never ran with me. I've never seen her run. So that's why I was like, just 200 meters. And after the 200 meters, she was like, okay. So I said, yeah, 200 meters. That's not easy of running if you don't run. So make the goal super easy, make it achievable. Don't set too many hurdles up for yourself.
Yeah. And then finally, make the reward super, super satisfying. You know yourself. You know what you like. If you are into the gold stars and the calendar with the, then do that. If you're into the protein shakes, do that. If you are into putting money in a jar so you can save up for a new pair of trainers at the end of your training month, then do that. Make the reward so satisfying that you want to channel your inner Ella and be like you want the ring from the dentist, you know, so that you would want to do this, because there's no point in making it something that you have easy access to, for example, that you don't have to work hard to achieve this thing because you can have it. Then you don't want it. You know, if something is accessible to everybody, it's not appealing to you, you don't want it. So make it as scarce as possible for yourself. Yeah.
Now we're going to get into some quick fire questions, and these are common questions that comes up all the time around habit building. And the first one is, how long does it actually take for a new fitness habit to stick?
So I know that a lot of you are probably in your mind while you were listening, before Zoe even finished that question, you were going 21 days, because this is what all of us were told. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So actually there was a study done in the European Journal of Social Psychology, and they found that the average time is actually about 66 days. But the range of this is massive. It can be anywhere between 18 and 254 days, depending on the person as well as the habit. So the more consistently you run this loop, and this is the 4-step loop, in case you guys forgot about what it actually was, the 4-step loop, faster that this can actually become automatic.
Okay, got it. Thanks. And what if I miss a workout? Does all my progress just go to the waste?
Favorite thing, because so many people think this. So it's absolutely not. And like, my advice to you is that don't panic, because again, there was a study done and research shows that one day missed has absolutely no measurable impact on your long-term progress. And the golden rule, popularized by James Clear, is never miss twice in a row. And obviously, for obvious reasons, don't miss twice in a row, because now you're creating a pattern for your brain. This is exactly how it happens, is that today in your 4-step, you had the cue, which was you saw your gym bag. Okay, you saw the gym bag. Then you got the craving. You put on the gym bag. The gym bag. I mean, we don't want to be wearing our gym bag. You wore what is in
That's some Balenciaga fashion.
And then after this, at step 3, somehow you got lost and now you're sitting on the couch. You never made it to step 4, actually. So now tomorrow you do the same thing. Chances are that the 3rd day you are going to do the same thing. And then slowly but surely you found yourself in a new loop where you didn't go. So missing 1 day is not that bad, but definitely do not miss 2 days.
And final question is, can I build multiple habits at the same times, like diet and exercise?
So you can, but you have to be very smart about it. Anchor a new tiny habit to one that you already own, not something that you are still trying to get used to, something that you have down, that you are confident in doing this thing. So for example, you finish your workout, which is your existing habit. You already train consistently and you have been for the past X amount of weeks or months. So this is like easy for you. You go to the gym, whatever, and then you will spend 2 minutes stretching after. So this is a new habit, something that you want to implement. disciplined. So don't try to start a brand new diet and a brand new workout, basically,
Yeah.
is the moral of the story. You can't be doing two brand new things at once. So
Yeah.
find something that you have down and something that you want to, and then put that together. It's like Zoe said earlier on, listening to this podcast while you're already doing cardio. You know that you do cardio, but you listen to Cardi B, but you want to replace it to something mindful. So you're going to read or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be smart about it.
Okay, guys, here's your challenge for today. Grab a sticky note right now. Pick one habit, just one habit. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Just one that you want to build or break, and redesign the 4 steps that we just talked about.
And then you're going to drop a comment below and tell us what habit you are tackling. That's obviously if you do want to share it, because we would love to hear from you guys. Sometimes you often feel like you are alone trying to achieve this thing, but when people actually voice what they are wanting to change, you find that you're not alone, and then somehow you have yourself a community or an accountability buddy or whatever, which is ultimately what we want to create on Giggles and Glutes as well. So let us know in the comments and we can hold each other accountable as well.
Yeah, and we will drop ours in the comments as well. Donaé can drop hers, and I'll definitely go ahead and drop mine as well. And if this was helpful for you, which we hope that it was, make sure to hit that subscribe button and to turn on notifications. We're always exploring the science of performance and lying on our yoga mats and doing nothing. So let us know in the comments if you'd like our next deep dive to be on the psychology of motivation, the science of recovery and sleep, which we have touched on before. Always get deeper. Or the beginner's guide to nutritional habits or to better nutrition habits. We are always happy to explore new topics.
Yeah. And the main takeaway here is that you are not broken and you are not lacking discipline. You've just been fighting your own brain's programming.
So remember, next time the loop is cue, craving, response, reward. And these are the 4 levers hardwired into your brain, regardless of what you want to change, what you want to do. If you don't follow these 4 steps to either create a new habit or to break a bad habit, the loop or the chain won't be complete.
Yeah. When you learn to pull them on purpose, the fitness habits you actually want become the path of your least resistance.
But if you ignore them, the bad habits will feel just as automatic, and we don't want that. So science just handed you the instruction manual to your brain, delivered by us. Now go and build the bodies that you love.
Thank you for joining us on Giggles and Glutes. We really enjoyed hosting you, and we love when you guys come and chill with us. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.